Okay, hello, welcome. Today I'll be playing some more KCD. Gonna have to solve the Meadowhead problem. The plague, which means coming back to the village and seeing if we can talk to another person, because it just doesn't allow me to get the guy that solves it yet. I suspect it's gonna be one of the main people in there, so at least the road should be pretty simple. What's the time like? Yeah, it's evening. That's not good. If you wait too long, the plague situation will get out of control.
Everything for the house. Yeah.
Could have used the shortcut, but that's fine. No, is it these people?
No. Clear off. Let me sleep.
Oh yeah, I need to talk to Matthias.
Hal? You're a sight for sore eyes. What are you doing here?
It's good to see you too, Matthias. Sir Radzig sent me here to investigate the raid.
Sir Radzig? Looks like you've come up in the world, mate. You're here as his envoy?
He took me into his garrison.
Hal, the blacksmith's boy, in the service of his lordship. Who'd have ever thought it? My luck hasn't been so good.
You survived. That's something to thank God for.
True enough. If I were in your shoes, I'd get the hell out of here. There's some disease spreading.
Disease?
Folk are saying it's the plague. Whatever it is, it's bad. It started the day after the raid. First the horses got sick, then other animals, and now people are falling ill too.
Damn.
Let's ask all the questions.
Well, at least I haven't caught the sickness.
But you've been hurt.
It happened during the raid. One of those damn bandits fell on me, horse and all. My arm's badly broken, but better than a broken neck.
Tell me about the raid.
What do you want to know?
I hear one of the raiders was taken captive. I'd like to question him.
Aye, old Melachar let him have it over the head with a flail, and now he's locked up in the barn. But be careful.
Why's that?
That fucker killed young Straw, and his old man's sharpening his sickle for him. Melachar still hasn't decided what to do with him.
I can tell you what he'll do with him. He'll hand him over to Sir Radzig's envoy. Me.
I doubt Malachar will let him go willingly. The folk here are baying for blood. Lives have been lost. First the raid, and now this plague. God knows what they'll do.
Can you describe the raiders?
I don't know. They came at dusk, so you couldn't see their faces. About 20 of them. They weren't
The
human.
cats are
They spoke Czech.
a little bit restless.
No. They were shouting at us. They were very sure of themselves to begin with, but when we hit them in the woods, they didn't look so brave.
I know you've got courage enough for any man, but how did a bunch of untrained villagers manage to hold off armed bandits?
One of the village lads caught sight of them coming through the woods and told Malachar, who roused the whole village, and everyone grabbed what they could. Pitchforks, axes, flails, and we went out to face them.
What? You mounted an assault against them?
Aye, and that was the key. It was the last thing those whoresons expected. A few of them still managed to break through to the village, probably wanted to torch it. But even the women here were armed with what they could find, and they took the bastards by surprise.
Okay.
About this sickness. When did this plague start?
The day after the raid, the horses were lying down in the stable, so we knew something was up. By afternoon, they were all dead. Then other animals started getting sick, one after the other, and then people.
What are the signs that someone's getting sick?
I don't leave the house much, but folk complain of fever and shakes. Some are throwing their guts up, and others are spewing from the other end.
Has anyone died from it?
Aye, old Vurba. Although he was already on his last legs, so no one knows for sure if it was the plague that got him. Either way, the animals are dropping like flies, and people will end up the same for sure.
Who's ill now?
I don't know. What with my arm the way it is, I don't go outdoors much. But I know Malachar and Straw have sick ones at home.
Can I ask you a bit about Merhoyed?
I haven't been here long enough to learn much, but ask away.
Malachar, I do know
When you take the main gate out of the
everything.
stable.
Let's just ask it for the speech.
Since when do subjects govern a village in place of the lord?
What can we do? If it weren't for Malachar, those bandits would have torched the place to the ground. The villagers won't follow anyone else.
Can you tell me something about...
He's a woodcutter, tough as they come, and a hothead. He's been out of his mind since his boy died.
It's normal to grieve, eh?
Depends how you look at it. Folk are afraid he'll snap or drink himself to death. What's worse, his wife caught the sickness, and he's not taking care of her.
Where can I find this straw?
When you take the main gate out of the stables, you'll see 2 cottages outside. Straw lives in the right-hand one.
What's Malachar?
The locals look up to him. Smill used to be in charge here, but he was killed in Neuhof.
I know.
Sir Hanush hasn't had time to appoint a new vassal, and folk need someone to speak for them, so they picked Malachar.
Since when...
What?
Alright. We did find out a bunch of stuff. Now we need to speak to the others, which means here as well, right?
Go.
Yeah, there we go. I think this is what we were missing. This guy.
Jeez, lad, what are you doing here? Can't you see the plague cross on the door?
I'm here because of it. The monastery sent me to help.
God bless you, boy. It's about time.
I need to know exactly what you're suffering from.
Oh, I see. Well, I have a dreadful fever. My wife, too. I recall almost nothing of yesterday. I was raving for most of it.
Is there anything else? Apart from the fever?
Well, forgive me for saying so. The shit just pours out of me.
Please,
I can't keep anything in.
no more suffering.
I'm completely worn out. My wife's the same.
You have my thanks. I'll try to bring help.
Wait a minute, will you? I have one favor to ask.
So tell me.
I need to write my will. Can you write?
I might manage that.
Excellent. So get writing.
Yes?
I, Vincent, son of Vincent, grandson of Vincent of Mehoyed, do bequeath my estate and all my worldly goods to my wife Wilma. If my wife were to pass away with me, I bequeath all to my cousin Dobesh, at this time the cobbler in Yanovitz. In no event shall my prodigal son Elia, the layabout and good-for-nothing, inherit a single groschen, all customs and traditions aside.
Should I write that too?
Yes, and then write, the executor of my last will is to be my good friend, Father Fabian, presently the parish priest at the Church of St. Martin in Sasso.
Anything else?
This will was written down by... What is your name?
Henry. Presently in fealty to Sir Radzig Kobyla.
Well, I never. That will add some weight. Here, take my ring, so Fabian will know it to be truly from me. You can never be sure nowadays.
Okay.
Your son Elijah. What did he do to you?
Christ almighty! Trying to interfere, are you? What did he do? Everything. He was to be married, and instead he ransacked the house and ran off. The little nasty lady was some jackhand in Sasso. Boozing, playing dice, lying and cheating for a living. Such a disgrace.
Where can I find Father Fabian?
Well, where do you think? In St. Martin's Church, of course.
All right, I'll head off then.
Yes. Go now.
Okay, at least that's taken care of. Now, I still don't know if this is enough, because the marker is still here. But it says interrogate the captives, so... Yeah, but is there a pestilence? Who worked with Johanka, right? Well, off we go to Sasso. Probably not gonna make it in time, unfortunately. So we'll need to figure out if we are going to sleep until morning at the inn. I think we need to do that. I don't think the plague is gonna get worse immediately, so we should at least have a day. But I really don't want that to get out of hand, so we need to solve it quickly. Oh, is this the road? I don't remember. No, it doesn't. This doesn't feel right. Overturn the kettle. Woodland garden. Is there anything worth picking? Well, we need some herbs for the herbery, but we have herbaries. I'll just take it. I'm gonna just keep one plant of each kind. For the herbery. I'm gonna actually check out the the area. Not even sure what this quest is from a DLC. Nor am I sure about that one actually. So where did we go off to? Must be somewhere near Summerbush, right? Actually I have no idea. Cause like, is this the woodland garden? That doesn't seem right. No, it's here. Right? I have no idea. Just go until we find something. Oh yeah, we are nearby the river. So you just need to cross. Yeah, this is where you would go if you want to go to Skeletons. Actually means we should go this way. And we are right here right now. So if you follow that road, yeah. Give me a moment. had to throw the cats, because they are up to no good here. Maybe we can still see her. Not sure. Maybe she lives in here. Yeah, alright.
Henry, how are you?
Tell me more about this. Alright. I don't know if you've heard about it, but Merhoyed was attacked.
Oh God! How is Matthias?
Wounded in the arm. He's being brave about it, but his injury looks bad.
I need to see him.
Before you go, there's something else.
What?
Some kind of disease has taken hold in Merhoyed. Their livestock has died off, and now the people are coming down with it too. I thought maybe someone here might know what to do.
Merciful heavens. How awful. It's a good thing you've come here. If there's any hope, this is the place to find it. You need Brother Nicodemus, the monastery physician. He may know how to deal with it.
Very well, I'll try to find him.
Come back when you know more.
Thank you, Johanka.
God be with you.
Okay, what did we pick up? Mile. Just keep one. Keep one. Why did I have to get? No, I'm moving it to my horse. Yeah. Okay. Let's just take it from the horse. Keep one. Keep one. Stop. It's the other way around. Yeah. There we go. Is the guy here? Yeah.
Some kind of disease has taken hold in Merhoyed. Johanka said that you might be able to advise.
A disease, you say? How intriguing.
Yes, it's very interesting, but can you help these people?
I can't say at this point. I need to find out a little more. Tell me, has the whole village come down with it?
No, I mean, not yet. Several households have, around half the village.
Merhoyed? Isn't there a stud farm there? And what of the animals? Did they get infected too?
Yes, there's a stud farm. And they've all died off. The horses, the cattle, chickens, and now it's got to the people.
That is most intriguing. What are we to do about it? Do you know the symptoms?
Yes, more or less.
Excellent. I have several extensive volumes here in the library. Describe the epidemic, including the symptoms, and we could take some guidance there. Can you read?
Yes, I can.
Excellent. So follow me to the scriptorium.
So, where shall we start?
Evidently there's something amiss in the digestive tract.
In the what?
The digestive tract, Henry.
Right.
The trouble lies between the mouth and the arsehole.
Uh-huh. Sure. Just so.
We can rule nothing out at this stage. You look in the breviarium to sickness causa. It's a renowned manuscript from Salerno, written by one Johann of St. Paul.
But I don't know Latin.
Fortunately for you, our brother librarian is translating these momentous medical works into the common tongue, so you can still be of use. Study the breviary carefully, and compare the symptoms with the recorded cases. I'll try the proven classics, Avicenna and his Canon Medicinae, and Galen's magnum opus, the Ars Medicinalis.
I won't get any sleep. I just won't get any sleep.
I did study it before, but let's take a look through it just because it wants me to do that. Come on. I've read it.
Take care.
Let's take a look. Maybe I messed up by reading it sooner than I should have. Reading. Quests. And the recipe for a cure in the books. It's gonna be a recipe. Where's the name? Source of water. Hey Rumbek, can you press D and finish it off? No.
I just won't get any sleep.
I do know what it is. I just doesn't let me finish it. Might have bugged out because I read it sooner than I should have read it.
I think I have it.
Yes? And
Okay.
what do you make of it?
Works.
It's poisoning from tainted water.
Really? That sounds rather unlikely. But if Master Johann of St. Paul's says so, who am I to contradict him? We shall have to prepare some medicine at once.
I could help with that.
Really?
Yes. I know my way around the alchemistic arts.
An ordinary fellow who knows the arts of physic? Who would have thought it? Excellent. I'll give you the recipe, and you have my permission to make use of the monastery laboratory.
I'll get started right away.
I, meanwhile, shall head straight to, where was it again?
Merhoyed.
Oh yes, Merhoyed. I'll take Johanka with me. She has no equal in caring for the sick. Once you have the medication ready, hurry after me.
Thank you, Brother Nicodemus. There's one man there who needs your care more urgently than anyone. He's an important witness in the investigation of some murders.
Out of the question. I shall spend time with the sick in order of their medical needs, not your worldly needs.
Bastard, okay. It's just... Let that be now. We received the recipe for the cure, right? At least we should have. Well, let's take a look at it. Merhet remedy, there we go. Does it want charcoal, valerian, thistle? 2 thistles, 1 valerian, 1 charcoal, and water. It's fine. I'm gonna take a look at the crate because he does have some alchemical ingredients in there. Oh yeah, he does have some charcoal here. And we can take it. Yeah, he gave us the permission for it. 30 marigold decoctions. That's a lot. Valerian. Thistles. Oh yeah, and we can take wormwood for our things. For the herbery. Eyebright. Now, how do you make it? Drop the thistle in the cauldron, boil for 2 turns, add the valerian and boil for 1 more turn. Leave to cool. Add the charcoal, but do not boil it. Okay. So, 2 thistles, boil for 2 turns. Hey Blubber, welcome. Thanks for the raid. Then we have to add the valerian, 1 turn, and then leave it to cool, and then add the charcoal, and it's water based. Okay. Let's get the thistle, the valerian, and the charcoal as well. Welcome. With the other C3 map, but got smacked by the other. Not sure it's a possible map. I've read some comments on it. You mean the... how's it called? Let's just check. Rebels of Spain? Yeah, if you read the very first comment that there is by Prefect Marty, his comment sums it up perfectly. It's horrifically overdone in terms of military stuff. And yeah, what's gonna happen is you get attacked by natives and enemies each year 2 times at the same time, basically, and that's gonna continue forever. And that paired with the layout of the map means that the only way to beat this is, there are some people who mentioned this in the comments actually. Of course, you just have to build a very small hovel settlement somewhere off in the distance and then protect it and wait out all the attacks. So I'm not gonna play that map because it's insane. So I don't really want that. I do play all sorts of maps and I'm fine with it, but this one is not good. This is just bullshit. So why would I even bother? Need to be very careful about what people recommend to you as maps, man. It doesn't even have towers, yeah. The worst part. Yeah, I mean, it's doable even now. I can do it. But is it gonna be interesting for people to watch me sit around for 3 hours and wait for all the attacks to happen? And so that I can actually build a city? No. Without cheese. Well, then it's not... Cheese is just an integral part of the game at this point. But it's not about cheesing, it's about waiting for hours on end for the attacks to wait out the events, and maybe many people do that, even on Haven. Trollgo does that, even to my maps. So, concerning people on Haven, this is a fair thing. Waiting out the things, I just hate it. personally, but I'm sure there are people who would do that, but I sincerely doubt it's gonna make for good streaming content. No, it's not good. That's why I don't like it. Well, I don't like it for fun reasons, but even less for just showing it to people. Like, it's I'd say it's like lion cheese. It's just not. It shouldn't be a thing. Well, for sure, if you like something like that, it's fine. That's why I tell you, like, people who are very reasonable and manage to beat toughest maps out there, they will do that. So who am I to tell? But I'm not doing that, especially not for streaming. So Marias Banana, since he didn't actually beat the campaign yet, I think he should really be careful about what maps does he recommend, because this is not reasonable. No, that's a sword I picked up just somewhere. Well, yes, but this one is just horrifically bad. Okay. It's fine. But that one is real salty, like real salty. Where do we go from here? Just straight up to Merhead again. It's gonna be bad to travel during night time, but I really need to work up this plague problem, otherwise we will have problems. What about the other one? I haven't actually seen the other map. It's a very easy echo to many experts. Okay. Well, I guess this might make it a little harder. Does it have marble? Not local. Is it possible to import it? Local marble is too easy, but unless you have some other specifics, but I'm more intrigued by if there is imported marble, because that would make the economic aspect less trivial, considering how much freaking marble we need to build anything. It was importable, okay. It's a pretty map, one from Make a Cool City, non-standard blocks. Like that, okay. Well, does it force you to build non-standard blocks? I think there is nothing forcing you to do that. Right? Okay. Well, yeah, then I'm not gonna build non-standard things. Because why would you cut off your own arms and legs if you don't have to? That's why I add my rocks, you know? That's why you have them. Because otherwise I'm never gonna build anything out of the ordinary. But yeah, if I play another SG3 map, it's gonna be that one. Definitely not gonna play the Spain Rebels or however it's called, the bullshit one. Okay, where is the priest? For the same reason I don't make 7x7, 9x9 constantly. Well, you shouldn't make them ever, but it's besides the point. That's inefficient. I was talking about more like the actual efficient blocks, but yeah, those are much better. And that actually works on most maps all the time. I have two designs which I can alternate, and it fits even places where I cannot fit my regular longer block. I think you saw it last time, the T block, T-shaped block, which is pretty good. Okay, Okay, now I probably need to wait until the disease sort of solves itself out. But maybe no, I have a pestilence quest as well. Let's take a look at it. What is it? Pestilence. Oh yeah, I need to personally take it to sick villagers. Alright. Well, where is he?
Don't speak to me.
I wasn't aware that you are one of the 9x9 people, Blubber. It disappoints me greatly because 9x9 is atrocious war crime against city building. It's the worst. I'm gonna have to probably sleep it off somewhere. Just so that we can actually... Oh, that is the guy. Right. I'm not, but you get the point, yeah.
So, here I am. How are things looking?
It doesn't look good at all, my boy. Do you have the potion?
Yes, here it is.
I'll take 4 doses, you take the rest, and let's split up. I'll see to the Straw family, while you deal with Melikar's wife and the rest. They wouldn't let me go near that prisoner. They want him to suffer. Despite his terrible crimes, to treat a fellow mortal soul like that.
Always doing the exact same thing is not super interesting. Well, it's on the map to challenge me in a way, to make me consider other options, otherwise I'm always gonna do the most effective thing. I very rarely will go out of my way to make something look quote-unquote pretty or stuff like that. I don't care for that. I care only for cold hard efficiency. And there are maps that force you to not have to do that. So you can have nice irregular blocks and be challenged to the biggest of your capacity. But it's not one of these maps. Because flatlines without any obstructions, yeah. You know what's gonna happen. Damned peasants, let him die. I helped them, they have to let me see him.
Perhaps I'll be able to convince them. I promised I'd bring them help, and I've kept my word. They must let me go to him.
I hope so, but in the short while I've been here, I've found the locals to be rather stubborn. See you later.
Well, I should go and help some other people as well. Where is it? Give the cure to the sick. Okay. So is it here? He's standing to her. Yeah, this is the Straw's hut. Gonna have to go outside and to the right.
Henry.
Do we need to talk to her? Okay.
Tell me more about the situation here.
Fortunately, we don't need to talk to her about things.
We found out what could be the cause of the affliction.
And?
You should check where your water's coming from. Nicodemus and I think that it comes down to poisoning.
It'd be hard to poison the spring, but what about the well? Good lord, that's difficult to believe.
I have my suspicions.
The bastards weren't satisfied with killing young Straw. The fucking bastards!
I brought some help, as promised. Will you let me see the prisoner?
I will let you, I will. Of course I will. My boy, if you've really brought a potion to rid us of this scourge, I'll let you do anything.
Ah, whether I've managed to rid you of the scourge, that remains to be seen.
It'll take a few days before we know whether the potion worked.
I know, but even so, just the fact that someone cares, that means a lot to us.
Thanks to Radzig. He's the one who decided to help you.
Sir Radzig is a goodly lord. I swear I'll never utter another word against him. Now open up that shed. Farewell.
I need to administer the potion as well, but not yet. About how many hours a week would you usually play FPS games? It depends, because usually I don't play FPS games too often. Only Wolfenstein, really. It also depends on if I feel like playing a game like that at any day, so I guess it could be something like 12 hours per week if I play a lot, if I stream a lot, tops. How about to watch your Wolfenstein around, because I didn't even get one half of the way through in like 8 hours. Yeah, well, it's only because it was my first FPS game I ever had as a kid, so I'm familiar with it. Impressed? Yeah, it is impressive. As I mentioned, like, some people cannot get through the game in 12 hours, so yeah, it's on hardest as well without any saves, so must count for something. I actually will do that again. I think I would be able to cut it down to 2.5 hours if I don't have any mock-ups, which I did mock up some missions, the ones I didn't expect actually, but yeah, there is still room for optimization for me. And it's not like a speedrun, because speedrun is like 30 minutes, because you can just glitch through most of the game, but this is like on hardest without any saves, killing most of the enemies in every area, so it's like a different category. It's not a speedrun to say, it's just how fast can I beat it on these settings with my abilities. But you can do the same if you learn the missions. Like, it's a lot about the layout, of course, and how familiar are you with the weapons and scripts, things like that.
Now let's wait and see what happens.
Okay, I'm gonna have to administer the potion to others. So, is there another household here? Why is glitching even considered a speedrun? I mean, it is part of the game, I suppose. Yeah, it's not about, you don't kill anything, you just go through the game. And this, even Doom speedruns work like that, like the side strafing and things like that are a thing.
You're back.
Knowing maps and where the enemies are on it, rather than expecting them for the first time would help. Yeah, for sure. But it's not only about that, it's also, you need to be good, because if you are playing hardest without saving, like, there are enemies who can absolutely melt your face in a split second if you get hit by multiple shots from like a stun gun, which causes 10 damage per pop. So it's also about just being able to handle these things, so taking cover, like utilizing environment, and also your ability to use the stun gun. These things come into play a lot, because the stun gun is an absolute beast. Not yet.
Then be quick about it. A man on his deathbed must...
Don't worry, I brought a remedy from Sasau.
The lady elites are rough.
You and everyone in the house.
First, like,
A remedy.
I'll kill you, yeah.
You have hands of gold. Pure gold, my boy. God bless you.
It's horribly difficult. Like, the church mission is the first roadblock. That's why, like, if you play the game, that's one of the missions that will decide if your run is doomed or not, if you manage to get through it. On the run that you are about to watch, I managed to beat it on the first attempt there, so that was kinda rare. Usually I die at least a couple of times there, because it's absolutely insane. And of course there are other missions after that. But this one is one of the roadblocks because you have limited tools at that point as well. Now, where do we have other sick people? I think it's the trader or the woman here, yeah.
You're back?
Yes, and I have something to make you well again.
Good Lord above. Thank you for showing us your mercy.
Drink this and give it to everyone in the house. I've also brought someone who will take care of you until you get back on your feet.
Thank you, Good Samaritan.
Brother, is that you? We have to hitch up the sled.
Yes, the sled. Just you drink this and you'll be fine.
Is this holy water, brother?
It is. Drink some and give it to the others in the house too. Brother Nicodemus will come to check on you.
Okay, completed the objective. Now we need to wait. I need to sleep, it's nighttime, but it's a problem because in this village there is no inn, anything like that. So I could just wait until morning and then you can go to Sassau, I guess. I actually was thinking about playing Wolfenstein again, so if you'd like Blobber, I could just switch the streams and play that instead, because I was intrigued about the speed. I think I could maybe do it faster today. Because last time I also played it like late in the night, so I wasn't really at my best. So I think 2.5 hours would be the limit of what's realistically achievable for me on that setting. But I'm yet to do that. But this one was, the last one was actually the fastest I've ever done. Do I have enough food on me? Some. We could drink the digestive potion. No, it's nourishment. I need to do some editing and stuff. I'll listen to the other run in the background, I think. Yeah, okay, no problem. So how long do we need to wait until this clears up? Hey friendly computer. I missed an hour like a nerd. Yeah, it's a problem. I just treated people in Merhoed with the remedy. So web games for me when I can't give it proper attention, yeah. Makes sense. But it's alright, if you feel like watching that, just let me know. Can you pronounce some of these towns' names? Well, it's different pronunciation in English and in Czech. Because in English this is Merhoed, but in Czech it's Mrchojedy, which is this. Mrchojedy. And the root of that word actually is like it's two words meshed together. So Mrcha is like Mršina, which Mršina means animal corpse, like roadkill basically. And then Ied is eat, so you can figure out how this place got its name. Yeah, you never realized that in English. Talmberg is a German word for it. It's just Talmberg would be called Talmberg. Talmberg would be in Czech. Rovna is Rovna, which means straight. it's because one of the streets was leading straight from one place to another and it was a very small hamlet. That's why it would have a name like that. Přibyslavec is Přibyslavice. Přibyslavice. And it's just a name of the place. It doesn't really mean anything, while the first part of the word could mean like přibíjet něco is to hammer something, and then Slav is in Slavic languages is like Slava means glory, so I don't know, hammer glory village, something like that. But it shouldn't be really looked upon as literal meaning. Just Přibyslavice. And then Skalic, yeah, Skalica. It is even a place today. It's Stříbrná Skalice. Skalica. And Skala means rock. So it would mean silver rock. Or a rock, basically. If there's just Skalic. Samopeš, that would be, yeah, Marox. It would be Samopše, which is just Samo is self, and Pše is, I think, Pšenice, which means wheat. I was curious also how accurate this map is. Like, can you go to this part of Czech Republic and it would be identical? More or less, yes. But some of these villages are no longer a thing, while some of them are bigger, and for example Rataj is just a small hamlet. Samopše, Samo, it's like self, and Pše is like Pšenice, so it could be rooted from that. Yeah. But I'm not sure about that, it's just the two words that could make up this mashup. It's actually these two words in Czech, but if it is like that, who knows? Like, most likely yes. But since I'm not from there, I cannot really tell you. But yeah, Rataj is a very small hamlet. There isn't basically nothing left from the battlements. It's just a monastery that has been, like the castle has been torn down into a monastery, so it's just ruined. Same with the other one actually, I think. And then, yeah, Neuhof, it's also German word for, so no Czech base in that. What about the other ones? Užic, that would be Užice. 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 There you go. And Užina is something that's narrow. So it's like from that the word like stems, but I'm not sure what was narrow. It's just, who knows. But that's the root of it. And Rataj is Rataje. Užic. I pronounce it. Oof, WZZ. Yeah. Well, it's very different in Czech, so it's fine. Lerečko, which is basically identical. It's just written in like if it was written in German, because in Czech it would be Ledečko. Czech lessons, yeah. Well, not that you would be able to learn much from this, but I guess since Run Computer asked, it's good to give you some feedback on it. Love if game this maps more like this. I want to visit Rataj one day. Yeah, Rataj is actually like not the best place to visit in terms of KCD. I just told you that it's like very small hamlet, and even the hill actually looks like it's very small compared to this. So Rataj would be a disappointment for you. You can find satellite images of it. Just take a look at it. Yeah, it's not good. What is good is Sasa. you should visit Sosa. If you visit any of these places from KCD, you should visit Sosa. Because I was there, it's pretty good. Let me just bring my my OBS back.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Give me a sec, I need to shut my window.
Who are you?
My name is Henry, and I'm investigating on behalf of Sir Radzig Kobyla.
Oh, I see. You'll have an easy job with me, boy.
How so?
I won't give you any problems.
Don't imagine it'll save your skin, though.
Oh, I don't. I'll dangle on a rope soon enough. Nothing surer. Only I'd like to get it over quick and not keep the Rattay executioner busy too long, if you catch my drift.
I understand.
What do you want to know?
I grew up in a small town. Like small towns, but I would like to visit Prague one day. So it would be good, and I would still like to see Rattay, just to say. Yeah.
Who pays the coin?
Like, if you are in the area, you might as well check out the other places.
And Runt got his money from the chief, and the chief had the coin minted.
I heard somewhere that Czech was the third language the Bible was translated to, even after Greek and Latin, surely before German, French, or English. I don't think that's correct, because Czech Bible would be on Latin like much later than Germans had it, especially since like Byzantine monks actually came to Czech lands to give us our own written language at that point, which is Cyrillic, which we are no longer using that, and while some of the other Slavic languages are, but that's how we even got our written language, apart from pagan runes basically, and that was like 700 AD, something like that, maybe 800. I don't know, it's like the ballpark year. But then after that, it took a while before we actually got Czech language proper. So you don't have a translation proper until much later. And at that point, I'm pretty sure Germans had it. So it's probably just a misconception, but it's fine.
Who's the chief? The bandit leader?
Bandit? If he heard you say that, he'd have your head on a spike. That's the kind of man he is. Nobody knows much about him, though. Only that he ain't Czech.
So he's a foreigner? German?
Don't think so. For sure he ain't Czech. And he's got plenty of coin. I'd stake my neck on it. He's got noble blood in his veins.
Judging by how he looks?
More by the way he talks. Any man can dress up like nobility, but he spoke all la-di-da like a lord.
Didn't Jan Hus propagate preaching in Czech? Yes, he did, but that was much later. That was 1410. Like, I'm talking about 700 AD, because I'm pretty sure Germans had their stuff earlier than us. Same with French, same with English, same with all the major powers in Europe. Czech was backwater. So, it would surprise me. Like, we weren't the earliest to adopt Christianity either. Like, it happened pretty quick compared to some people like Lithuanians. I love your armor. Yeah, it's pretty good. But, unfortunately, the big freaking carpet thing, it's just the outer gambeson is just covering it all. The language, yes, but the Bible was in Latin until Luther. Ah, okay. I didn't know that. James Bible. Yeah, so that's possible then. Should another history stream? Well, it's prepared and it's gonna be Hussites, I think. It's just I need more time to get it done. So if it was only Latin, that makes sense. I was under the impression it was sooner, but maybe not.
Where's that chief of yours now?
I mean, you probably know.
After Privislavitz, he ordered us to raid Merhoyet, but he wasn't with us. He went off who knows where. I don't reckon he'll be out of your hair for long, though.
How do Eastern Europeans feel about Protestants? Well, it's different country to country, because you have Poland, for example, which is majority Catholic, and people there are very religious in the modern day standards, while you have Czechs, which Czechs actually are one of the most atheistic nations in Europe. So very few people actually identify themselves as Christian at all, or even like believing in anything. And so that's a major difference. And then looking at Protestant things, in here we have a church of Hussites even to this day, like it's called that, but it's like your basic run-of-the-mill Protestant or Reformist faction of the church. So it's like separate branch. So there's the Catholic, and then Protestant in here is Hussite, and it still is looked upon as less bad or corrupt, but overall, like I said, there is very little interest here in it, so not much I can tell you about it. And the rest of the Eastern Europe, like you would have the Baltic states. I'm not too sure. I think they probably are more like Poland than Czech. So they probably do have significant part of the population identify themselves as Catholic instead of Protestant. And as to why, I'm not actually sure what to tell you, because I'm not too familiar with the people there. So why don't they like Protestant things more than Catholic things? I'm not too sure.
So the chief is in command.
Probably part is just a tradition, than anything else.
I'd say you're looking at it all wrong, though.
How's that?
You ask who's in charge and who answers to who. Only this ain't some noble court. There was all sorts of gangs in Privislavitz, big and small. Robber barons who had their own brigades calling them my lord, and common footpads who hadn't a pot to piss in. Men came, men went. Lots of squabbles, the occasional murder. Old cronies and old rivals were meeting. You know what I mean?
I suppose so.
It was one big muddle. The main thing was nobody asked questions. I didn't give a damn who the chief was, or what he had in mind, or whether he had one ball or two. All I was interested in was the coin.
Poland is a bit different from all the other former Soviet satellites, because the church helped a lot and was historically a unifier when Poland didn't exist as a nation. Yeah, that's correct. That's why Polish actually are more, they retained their fate more than others. I didn't touch upon this much, but in here, like basically all the communist regimes actually cracked down on religious things. If they're Protestant or Catholic, they didn't really care. They just saw it as evil and an enemy of the state. Therefore, in most countries, it actually did eradicate that in population over the course of the decades that they were in power. Funny how when the church helps the people like the church. Well, yeah, but that's very rare, at least here. Like, church didn't do nothing here for ages. Just, you see all the, like, even when you visit Prague, you see all these temples who have been built from blood and sweat of our forefathers, and just nobody even uses that. It's just a waste. And after this Velvet Revolution, the people in power here went like, oh yeah, we should give this stuff back to the church. And the church said, yes, please. But what happens is, like, very few people visit these facilities, so they even have problems upkeeping it, because for what purpose do you upkeep it if nobody cares? So what should they have done instead is just make it a public facility, like make it into something else, or even like sell it and just use it to cover the state debt or whatever, because this is just useless. It's wasting resources of the church as well, because it's just
How did you know about Pribbis?
good for nothing.
Who took you there?
A fellow by the
Well,
name of
yes,
Thornburg.
but we have so many.
Thornburg.
It's just
I was robbing burghers who were fleeing the town from Sigismund's army. We got to talking and he told me about Pribyslavitz.
Why did you attack Merhoyed?
The chief himself gave us the order. I reckon he wanted to show the local lords he was nowhere near finished.
So he's planning more raids?
The chief's always planning something. Pribyslavitz was only the start.
So you knew the coin was counterfeit?
Course I did. I brought those groschen to Pribyslavitz, along with a few other things.
Did you? And where did the forgeries come from?
Like, where were they made? I don't know. Some merchant by the name of Menhart gave them to me. We used to meet at the charcoal piles near Rovna, by the crossroads there. As it happens, I'm supposed to be meeting him there about now.
So Menhart's waiting there?
Might be, might not. He could have heard what happened in Pribyslavitz and decided not to show.
And does this Menhart know where the coin comes from?
How should I know? To me, he's just another link in the chain. I deal with him, and I never ask who he deals with. Just like he knows nothing about me.
I see. So I suppose there's no point asking you if you know any more about him.
It'd be a waste of breath. All he did was give me the coin, and then we went our separate ways.
Who else knows about the money?
Apart from the chief, Menhart, Runt and me, there was a few others. The men got some real money too, with the false stuff. It'd be suspicious if they only had freshly minted coin.
the churches as institutions are only as good as the people working for them. Well, yes, but I was more mentioning the fact that nobody uses them. Like, they have problems staffing the facilities, but problem is more about the flock. Like, there's nobody. Like, there are some old people, like 60, 70 years old, even older, who actually do still like visit it, but in terms of young people, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody. Absolutely nobody cares. And nobody will care ever again. So, I don't know. It just feels like a massive waste.
You said you used to bring other things. What were they?
Letters. Menhart would give them to me for the chief. This time I was taking an answer back to Menhart.
As I said, like, this is specifically Czech. I don't know if you are Christian, that's fine. I'm just telling you that we are absolutely atheistic country. Like, it's even more than some of the others you might have heard of. Czech is actually the worst in this regard. So GDR, there were very good pastors. They propped the youth groups, green movements, and had the motto "Make swords plus." Yeah, but nobody really, like, this church here is, we have mostly, like, the churches are Catholic, so they will not have anything like that. But I don't even feel like these people should tell me whatever. Like, just go away with that sort of politics. If I want to know something, I'm not gonna go to the freaking church of all places, because it's like the OG freaking enslavers of humanity is all the freaking religions. So just, yeah, we have no need for that anymore, since people actually are masters of their destiny, at least up to a certain reasonable level. So I don't really want church to tell me anything.
What were the letters about?
If I knew how to read, I wouldn't be trusted to carry letters, would I? I took them from Menhard to the chief and back.
Tell us what you really think. Well, that's what I really think, but that's how it works. The religion, like, it was used to extract wealth from people for absolute millennia. That's what happened.
I've already told you everything
And
I know.
as I mentioned, the stuff they built, the stuff they took as taxes, all of that they made from blood and sweat of our own people, and they wanted to keep it that way. That's why they actually struggled to keep power, and great many people have died because of it. And the only reason is greed. And I don't actually like that. So they can just bugger off into the garbage heap of history because we have no need for it. At least in my opinion, but what do I know?
That's for Sir Radzik to judge.
They are in general in dictatorships, they were the better ones and liberal ones compared to the state. Yeah. I mean, that's true enough.
Back from that Eden, young fella! But you can't kill me! Not just like that! Shut the fuck up, you weasel, and keep it fucking shut! You don't even get a say!
Calm down, Straw. He won't escape justice. After all, he's...
Don't stand in my way, Melikar!
Let Henry decide. He's the one who saved his life.
And yeah, to answer the question properly, I think that humanity, especially like in terms of here, European things, we were actually enslaved by the church for ages. So now you finally have a choice. Well, you didn't really have a choice before, did you? So that's what I was mentioning. Despite all of that, there have been religious figures who have helped their fellow man. Bad acts don't wash away good ones, vice versa. Yeah, but in general, if you like, that would be the same thing as saying, yeah, there have been like several Nazis who have helped some people escape the purges and even like later the Holocaust and whatever, but that doesn't make you perceive the global thing as good, nor should it. And same with the church. I actually would compare these things because yeah, it's like if you take the global spectrum of the actions, I perceive 99% of what they did as evil and inherently bad and greedy, while the rest, I know that there have been people who've done good, of course they did, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna endorse it just because of it, because if you let them expand, inevitably it will result in more greed. It's just what happens. And we don't have need for it. Like, spiritual aspect of human psyche has been so diminished lately, like in modern 20th century. It started with end of World War I, where people realized like what horrible industrial scale slaughter can happen in war. Yeah, like 80%. Okay, that's fair point actually. I think it's just probably right about that figure. Might be more appropriate, but still, it's like vast majority. And so, like, we will probably never come back again to need religion as integral part of our life anymore, because it just, there was this dramatic ethical shift in people, and it's very hard to come back from it. But of course they hate it, they want to retain power and wealth and influence, but that's never gonna happen anymore. I don't think it's possible for that to happen.
Let's talk about it.
To hell with that. That horse will kill my boy. He won't leave Merhayed alive.
Well, I'm gonna hang him.
Listen to me, Straw. That isn't going to help anyone. You're a decent man, not a killer. Think of your wife.
And where's the justice in that? My boy cut down at his youth. Didn't even have a chance to marry. And that cutthroat swine left walking the earth.
Do you really want to defy your lords and masters?
If I have to. That son of a whore deserves to swing. If you don't have the balls for it, step aside and leave it to me.
Friend the computer says, I agree again, but what I was defending wasn't the institution of the church, I was defending the concept of religion. I believe human beings can find value with their own relationship with a god. I'm not religious, but it does help someone. That being said, the church should keep its opinions to itself unless I agree with it. Yeah. I mean, like, for sure, if there are people who need that spiritual aspect still and it helps them, it's fine. I'm not gonna be the one to tell them, oh, you know, you can do whatever you want. Of course, if it helps you, it's very important that you keep it. It's fine. But never should it be imposed upon general public ever again as a mandatory arbitrary thing that hangs above you and takes a cut of everything you own. Not the worst there. Of course it's not the worst. Of course it's not the worst. But the point is, it's not good for us either. Because we don't need it. Like, fundamentally, it's just, at this point, it's like superficial concept to modern people. I don't think it has a place anymore. Well, this has like deeper discussions as well. I think this is turned into a rant more than KCD stream, but we need to just wrap it up somehow. So I also think that how would you put it? Yeah, like as I talked about how people stopped feeling like this was a necessity as their like spiritual things, and even like here with the purges and everything after the communists took over. What happened is the people's morals got replaced by something else rather than the religion, and for some people here it's actually capitalism right now, so it's just money, and money talks and nobody cares about anything else. That's like that for many people. So of course people will look up to something else eventually, and of course that might result in some people looking at something that's misguided and taking it as their like purpose in life, but it's their like freedom. So I don't think it's good to impose that on people. Like, even if you think you are doing good, you might actually be doing evil in a sense. Also, I just find your outlook very interesting, not hateful but thoughtful. Well, I don't hate it. I never did say anything mean to people who have their beliefs, and I don't want to erode that.
Never forgive myself for doing nothing to save them.
What of it?
But for me personally, I know what could happen if there was a mandatory thing like that, and I just will my best to always oppose that because it's bad, in my opinion. But yeah, that should be enough talk about this subject. Okay, let's try that.
No time for your drunken
Cannot
straw. That bandit is going
cannot
with me.
beat him in
Stop
speech.
me, you'll get hurt. Is that clear?
So that's your justice, is it? This fucker killed my boy, and now you want to kill me instead of him? A fine fucking argument. You can all go to hell.
You have to beat him, I think. No, okay. Yeah, he's gonna hang, but vigilante justice is not the way. Let's just let the executioner handle it. And yeah, the only instance of fast travel we can have is here. Not to start another rant, but public execution is not better than vigilante justice. Well, it is, at least in this setting. Not judging the punishments here, but yeah, at this time, jail time was only seen as a place where you would be kept until the real punishment is carried out. So if that was like branding or whatever, you would have that. This is before the humanism and all, so that's why. And yeah, so public executions very much a thing, but it would be sanctioned by the authorities, so people knew that you would have a trial, you know, that's very important, because you wouldn't have a trial with straw, so, I mean, like, still a little bit better. Yeah, I can believe that. Can believe that. I need to sell some stuff. Oh no, everybody's... Okay, let's just give it an hour. Can buy some food and replenish energy that way, maybe. So I really don't want to sleep. Even though there is Bergstein quarters, I think we can actually use it now. Probably should. I really wanted to trade first. Oh, let's give them a moment. Cat? No, the cats are closed behind the door because they were doing absolute shenanigans. So having them here was not good. In the cave? Sound like cats?
Try them. Good morning.
With salt, caraway seeds, garlic and more.
Okay, let's buy the honey, let's buy the horseradish, let's buy the onions. Let's potion. And let's go grab an hour of sleep. But first I'm gonna sell the sword we have.
This'll do me.
Here's your God bless.
How is Henry able to carry 35,000 gold on him? Well, because Groschen do not weigh anything in the game. Otherwise you would totally not be able to do that. Of course. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna have to repair that one at the armor. It's like a walking bank, yeah. That's not even the end of it, but as to answer why do I have so much money, I actually have the best stuff already, I think. And now I just keep the money for Przemyslowiec, because you'll need to develop that. It's just a DLC thing. It's gonna cost an absolute fortune to do that.
There's a lot.
Now, is the armor open?
Have a look at these cucumbers. They'll stay
yeah.
all winter.
Greetings, good night. How may I serve you? Good luck then.
Repair me this Holberg. The DLC is really cool. I've done it before, yes. I do know there are also some people you can send there to have buff to your income in some buildings, so it makes it profitable. It becomes in Przemyslowiec. Well, you are doing it for the Tallenberg people. I'm actually gonna go there, I think, now, to be able to initiate that quest. Send notes, that is how you can carry it so much, yeah. Probably. I wanted to grab an hour of sleep, but I'm already on the way, so might as well just proceed. There's actually the inn here. I think I want to buy my lodgings here as well. Just so that we can sleep anywhere we want. Where is the Innkeeper, right?
God's blessings.
Do you know if there's anyone around here who could use my help?
Aye, there could be something for you. Go see Herman, the executioner.
Oh, he has another...
Long as you got the stomach for dealing with a fellow that's cursed.
Yeah, that's a pretty good quest actually, we should go and do that. Have something nice for once. Sounds good. And then we should do Přibyslavec. Okay, would it wake us up to have a drink of something? Yeah, moonshine. Take some horseradish as well. Is there Bernard here? No. I kinda wanted to train as well, but... I liked killing the people sleeping in this inn in their sleep. Free experience, no consequences. If you want to do that, you can do that. As we talked about it. I'm not gonna do that. Ever. So that's not my idea of fun. I really despise doing anything criminal in this game. Because unlike some of the other games, like freaking Skyrim or whatever, this feels so too real. In Skyrim, it's just a meme. You can do whatever. Kill the whole Whiterun, nobody cares. In here, it's different for me personally, so... Also the perception of people really changes. Even if nobody discovers you, it will impact the perception of you, so... I really don't want that. Was it Guild 2 or Fugger 2 that had the 5 different currencies? I don't think Guild 2 had it. People forget. Yeah, they do. But doesn't make it any less bad. Where is the road? Must be here. Yeah. Up. Come on.
What's going on? The folk in town are talking about you.
They shot on me. That's what.
What? Who did?
All of them.
Wait. Tell me again from the start.
All right, if you want. They caught Peter of Dauba, George Weiss, and a fellow named Harold that everyone calls Frost. They're scum who've been hunted for months. Now they've finally been caught, there's a big execution being prepared. Folk will come from miles around to watch.
Well, that's a good thing for you, isn't it?
It would be, if I was fucking doing it.
Isn't it the custom for you to do all the executions in Rattay?
It is. Not just the custom, but by bloody right. You're not being replaced, they said. This is just a loan of Gallows Hill.
The time was real funny with all the different coins in the HRE, yeah. For sure must have made a mess. And disgusting on shit on him. It's time consuming and unhealthy, yeah. It was a figure of speech, I guess.
It really did fuck you over.
My words exactly.
So who's doing the job?
They invited Executioner Heinz all the way from Kuttenberg. They say it's going to be a big show. Have I ever fucked up an execution? I always behead them in one blow. And when his lordship wants to drag out a hanging, I leave them kicking for minutes. If he wants it quick, they're stiff as soon as I drop them. And they push me aside like that, after all these years of service.
What can we do about it?
Nothing. His lordship's decided, and that's that.
Nothing? You think they should be allowed to get away with this?
Canadians are very
no,
literal.
but
You have the right to executions in Rattay, don't you?
I most certainly do.
Fortunately, we aren't in Canada then.
Don't tell me you can't think what to do about it.
The trouble is, they already paid the executioner. He's come here along with his assistants. We can't stop the executions. Unless Hines drops dead on the spot.
Which we don't want.
Indeed not. The best thing would be if he fucked up the executions. The famous Kuttenberg executioner can't handle the job. The mob would laugh him out of town and beg me to take over. They'd never invite him here again.
Great, so how do we go about it?
The problem is...
There's an idea. No, there is not.
They'll only announce them just before the executions, and then it'll be too late to do anything.
Would the bailiff know more?
Maybe, but most likely only Heinz will know the sentence. I've got an idea, though. Will you help me?
Of course.
Great. Thank you, Henry.
So where should I start?
Find out from the bailiff what their crimes are, and then have a look in the Black Chronicle at the Rat House. It goes back before my time. You're bound to find records of some similar offenders in it. You need to find people who committed the same crimes, and came from the same sort of background, noble or lowborn. That way you can find out what the appropriate punishments are. Then come back to me, and we'll work out what to do.
I'll get moving.
And Henry? They want to do the executions on my gibbet at Gallows Hill. I can hold them up for a while, but probably no more than a week.
I'll bear that in mind.
Okay. We can't kill him, but it's okay to fraudulently ruin his career and reputation. Yeah. Well, murder is always worse. So, as fucked up as it is, it's not the worst that could happen. So on we go to the Rat House. But why just murder an ostracization? Yeah. Well, no other solutions. Either you fuck up his career, or you accept the decision of your betters, or you have to murder him. There's nothing you can do. But since this quest is actually good, so you are going to try and do that. I'm also drunk. Because I drank the moonshine. But it was necessary. Okay. I'm gonna have to drink hair of the dog. I thought I was drunk. No, it's me.
God save you. What can I do for you?
I hear there's going to be a big execution here.
There certainly is. It'll be a glorious event for our town. They'll be talking about it for years.
Who's for the chop?
The biggest outlaws and reprobates for miles around. Peter of Dauba, George Weiss, and Frost Herald.
What did they do?
What didn't they do, more like? They caused trouble all over the country.
Who's this Peter of Dauba?
A noble who lost his fortune. He's been holding up merchants for months.
That's all?
At first, but then his gang started getting bloodthirsty. They wiped out a whole squad that was hunting them. He won't walk away from this.
What can you tell me about Herald?
They call him Frost because he's always cool as ice, until he starts. I've seen plenty of killers and thugs in my day, but that one's got the devil in him.
Why?
They say the only thing that'll put a smile on his face is the sound of screaming and weeping. That beast kills for pleasure. When they caught him, he had a candle made from the arm of an infant. For luck, he said.
Christ. What about Weiss?
No one actually knows where he came from, but they say the murdering started with him. He never leaves witnesses. He'd rather wipe out a whole village than take a chance.
Thanks, Bailiff. That's all I need to know.
See you later.
Okay, I have an idea. I do actually know about the punishments. I just need to verify it with the scribe, I think. So he should have... it's actually forbidden to be here. I might ask a permission.
I'm glad to see you.
Could I take a look at the Black Chronicle?
Indeed you cannot.
It would only take a moment, and
Do you have any idea how much it's worth? If I let one of you near it, next thing every yokel in the manor will be clamoring to get in here.
For your information, the bailiff gave his permission.
Ah. Well, then that's another matter.
Thanks.
Yes, and I'd take it very kindly if you didn't tell him how I spoke to you.
What? Oh yeah, he was mean. Okay, now we are allowed in here. Yeah. Oh no.
Apples, cucumbers, onions. I'll stop by later.
So when is Henry learning the code? I'm not sure. What do you mean by that? Like coding? Wouldn't be a thing. The book just had regular characters in it. I just cannot be bothered to read it again since I do know the outcome.
I need your advice.
Did you find out what they did? And did you read the Black Chronicle?
Yes.
So tell me what you found out, and I'll see what I can come up with. Just bear in mind, I can help you work it out, but you'll only find exactly what you need in the Rattay Black Chronicle. Every executioner has his own way of doing things, and this bastard might have different methods in mind.
Peter of Dorba has many murders on his soul, but he's still a nobleman. His neck is going on the block.
That makes sense. His crimes are great, but he's still a nobleman, so he gets an honorable death.
George Weiss is a bloodthirsty bastard who left a trail of corpses behind him. He hasn't earned an honorable death. He's for a long drop on a short rope.
A murderer deserves nothing better. That makes sense.
Frost Herald is the worst of them all, sent by Satan himself. The things he's done would make a demon blanch. The executioner will take his time with that one. He'll be begging to die. If I read correctly, it'll start with ripping the flesh.
Aye, could be. He deserves nothing better.
So, have we got everything we need?
Buried alive. It was burnt alive, wasn't it?
There's nothing more we can think up.
So, what's the plan then?
An executioner's greatest boast is to behead with one blow. That's why an executioner's sword needs to be a splendid piece of craftsmanship and sharp as a razor.
I follow you, but how can I get to the sword?
Buried alive and burned at
The
stake. Okay.
executioner's sword is one of his most valuable instruments.
That'll do me.
With ripping of the flesh, the bastard has to suffer, but survive as long as possible.
So, if Herald drops dead right at the start...
The executioner will look like a fool.
But how can I make sure it happens?
Poison the tongues.
It depends on the skill of the executioner. An experienced one starts in places where there's no threat of heavy bleeding. The sides, the chest.
And the Kuttenberg executioner is definitely experienced.
No doubt. They use a kind of special tongs, and in between the ripping, the convict's wounds are treated so he can take more.
Maybe the tongs could be spiked with something nasty.
And you'd know what to use?
I know a little, and I might be able to get something.
That would work. Good idea, Hal.
That'll do me.
Also the sword I need to
It won't be...
talk again.
So I'll have to...
Yes,
that'll be interesting.
Double sword.
What about the hanging?
If the rope breaks when it's done, it's an unbelievable disgrace for the executioner. Folk see it as the will of God, and sometimes he even has to let the condemned man go.
Supposing I just cut it?
I doubt it would work. The executioner will check it before the hanging when he's preparing the gallows. He'd probably notice.
What about switching it?
That could work. I've got an old rope here I don't use anymore. It looks fine, but it's run. It'll be perfect.
Great, I'll use that.
This devilish. Not the victim, so you can take more pain. Yeah. It's not very nice. Well, bear in mind these people are real bastards.
Thanks.
And yeah, the torture itself, there have been great many like torture methods throughout history that are absolutely horrifying. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back to the city. I need to get my hand on a good poison. I doubt the alchemist will have it, which kinda sucks, because I really don't want to go to an herbalist if I can help it. I suppose the regular poison will suffice because he's gonna be weakened by the torture. And he should sell us the regular poison just fine. Can you move aside?
Hey! Look out! God preserve you, good night.
Have you heard anything about the Cumans in Sigismund's army?
Terrible things. Horrible. Goodbye.
Maybe that's gonna cause her to move. No, let's give her a minute.
Good day.
Oh, he doesn't even sell the best poison recipe. And he probably won't have the regular poison either. That sucks. I'm gonna have to go and get one myself.
Yeah.
Now, I do know for a fact where Herbalist is, so you can just go to her. And the Executioner is camped beyond the city, right on the meadow here, in that hovel. The only problem is we'll need to go there during night time to sneak in and then switch the things. Just difficult, because sneaking is difficult when you have armor like I have, so I'm gonna have to just unequip a bunch of it. And that's gonna still make me bad at sneaking. So you'll see. The best option is actually to knock them out. Probably not gonna steal anything from them, just knock them out so I can switch this stuff. Okay, encounter. So it's humans versus guards. They surrender now.
Well, that's the end of you.
I cannot kill them. If I do that, they would go after me. So what are they going to do? The bandits, we could loot them, but I don't even want to risk the guards getting pissed, since that could happen.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure the herb woman is around here. Yeah, it's right by Neuhof.
Yeah.
Pickpocket option is always there, yes it is. Pickpocketing is the worst,
Yeah.
by the way. It's just, this game is so painful to use it. If you are a thief, it's easier to just murder people than to fiddle around with the pickpocketing all of the time.
Yeah.
God preserve you. Good night. Goodbye.
I'm here to buy poison. Yeah, let's buy like 2 flasks. Might use the other one eventually. Do you have anything good? She might have a treasure map. Does she have anything else that could be useful for the herbery? I don't think she has anything. Reputation gained for buying lethal poison. Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we can sleep at the inn before nighttime to then sneak in and knock them out, switch the things. That's what needs to happen. can make your own saber schnapps, blood and ice, nice. I do have a lot of saber schnapps and I don't use it anymore much, since I'm fairly confident we don't die just randomly, so I don't need that anymore. But yes, it is handy. What is the search for it? Yeah, there are some herb gardens as well, you can get it fairly easily, which we did before. I don't even want to bother with alchemy, even though it's great. It's just such a pain to train it. It wouldn't be interesting to watch either, so. It's not.
God save you.
Can I sleep?
All right. For how long?
How about...
All right.
Here you...
You'll like... God be with you.
Should buy a little bit of food from him.
Good luck then.
Does he sell... No, no books. Okay, let's pick up a smoked sausage for the dog. And for us, I'm gonna just pick up some bread rolls.
Get him.
No! 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 Oh no!
Come here!
Look what I've got. You'll love
The guards are gonna be very angry. It's alright. Just what happens. Could also just pay off the fine. I didn't do it on purpose. It's just the axe is used for multiple things, including setting the dog on someone.
Good boy. That's my boy.
Let's go and talk to a guard. Yeah, there he goes. Is it Bernard? Yeah. Just wants to play.
Don't move a muscle. Surrender.
Of course.
You've been reported, you and your dog. If you can't mind that animal, we'll mind you, under lock and key. Or you can cough up some silver in compensation.
Well, you won't forget this in a hurry, because it'll take a nice pile of coin to fix it.
80 schmeckles. Okay, let's just give him money.
Oh well, what can I do? Here you are.
You've purged yourself before the law, but I'll be keeping an eye on you.
We could just read a book first, if we have any books. I don't think we have anything really interesting. Can we study it? No. Okay, just sleep it off and then we'll wait forever. save the game, because this can go bad real quick. Probably will. So there's the executioner, and he has like 2 helpers as well. Just knock him out.
That should do it. It'll never hold the weight of a grown man.
Go to that butchering bench. The button says E. Haven't found out yet. I know. Oh yeah, that is a guy. Oh no.
Hey!
You need to have the poison on you. You need to poison the tongues.
What do you want here? Go and play your game somewhere else. Is someone there?
They're gonna wake him up. At least we got into the rope. Need to do the sword, need to do the torturing tools. He must have a key on him for his trunk.
Hey! Get the hell out of here. There's nothing here for you.
Very annoying. I don't like stealth, so it's just discussed specifically is always so salty. There's a way to knock them out. It's just I'm also noticed fairly quickly. Looks like they might be going to sleep. Okay, good.
Hey, who's there?
Can we hide here? Probably not. This where the sword is? No. No. It's in the trunk in the front, I think. I don't remember where is the torturing thing. Also need a key. Gonna have to knock these people out. Piercer, no, that's not the sword I'm looking for, I don't think. I don't have the key to that. It's annoying. Is there something in the tent? Okay, Executioner's sword. Now we need to find the torture implements as well. I think it's somewhere nearby this crate, yeah. Sabotage, use the bane poison.
If he tries to torture anyone with this, the lucky fellow will die quickly.
Should have done the lullaby maybe. Just to torture him so that he goes to sleep. It would have been even more hilarious, I think. Should have done that. Well. Oh, there's a guy, that's the other helper. We have to knock him out, otherwise he's gonna wake them up. Now we need to go and dull the sword, which should be pretty straightforward. Unfortunately, someone might find the people and wake them up now. That's what I was afraid of. Should have hidden the body. Since I don't do much crime, I struggle with that. It's alright.
Don't move a finger. Surrender! You've committed a violation. You're up. I've got you, you bastard. Who the hell do you think you are? You injured someone. Well, you won't forget this in a hurry. What's that?
All right, here you are.
You've paid for your crimes.
Good sneaking around in the dark. You can't just walk around in the dark. You have to have a light. It's the law.
Happy, go away. To the sword. Dorothy, you have to dull it more. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they left him here. Good.
Hey.
Put that off.
What are you doing here?
They'll go back to sleep. They have a dog. It's alright. Dog didn't infect him. Put it back into the crate.
There. Couldn't chop the head off a chicken with this.
Okay, go away. I don't want to be caught. Yeah, totally stealthy. They see me like 20 times. Whatever. The important thing is we are done with that because it's the worst. Sneaking around is always the worst. Oh, okay, let's take the torch, because I cannot see anything. Alright, let's go and wash.
About the executions.
Is it done? Can I let them get on with the executions now?
Yes.
Now all we have to do is go and enjoy the show.
Might have to wait. The first thing we do is mark the quest because it's gonna help us figure it out. Pestilence, money. 2 o'clock afternoon. It's alright. So, is it gonna happen? Maybe it wants me to wait another whole day, which would be pretty terrible. Just give it a little more time. I'm gonna make sure that I have read it correctly. No one's here. Okay, so it's another whole day of waiting. Let's just go to the mill then.
Yeah. Yeah.
So first we wait. I'm gonna have to get some extra food to keep us going. Can eat from the cattle, but it's not really gonna be enough. Okay, it just teleports me somewhere. It's probably by the farmhouse. Yeah, pigsty. It's here. Could maybe get some food by cooking some fish we could get from a fish trap, but maybe it's a better idea to just buy some food instead.
Yeah.
There's a cattle. Let's eat from that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could he drink some potions as well? Not that. Let's wait an hour. Another hour.
What do you want?
Let's take a look. Does she sell anything useful? I could buy potions and drink them. What's good for energy as well? That's this thing. Agility defense, yeah. This would be good. It's also not that expensive, so. Anything else that's very cheap? Marigold. Also gives you energy, right? Yeah. Okay, let's go to the Gallows Hill again.
Yeah.
This way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
God be with you. Take care now.
Into your hands, Lord, I commend my spirit. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, who redeemed me by his precious blood, have mercy on me and lead me to eternal glory. Amen.
What the f...
It's just already, okay. That works.
Stop! I need to search you. Are you deaf?
Why?
For security reasons.
If you insist.
Nothing. All right, you may continue.
Did you see that? An utter disgrace.
It certainly was. The executioner couldn't hold his head high after that.
True. The whole crowd was looking forward to it, and right at the start he fucked up the beheading. And then he took the tongs and... and the fellow kicked the bucket right away. Jesus, how he gaped. and then furious as a rabid dog. Furious, he grabs the last one. And he wasn't even able to hang him. I'll be forever grateful to you, Hal. You saved my job, and you deserve a reward for it.
Thank you.
Okay, I already have that. But some recipes are probably handy.
Thank you, Henry. I've a feeling with Herman I can finally find some happiness.
You will. The two of you are made for each other.
Okay, I'm going to have some lunch, and then we'll probably play some Sunday Stray with Chat Control again. Just because I haven't suffered enough yesterday, clearly. I'm not sure when it's gonna be, so just watch out for Discord notifications. I'm going to take a look if there is someone we can raid. Just give me a sec. Doesn't seem to be no one. Let's just call it done. But anyways, cheers. Thanks for watching.